What is up, people? We have yet another battle video for you today. I am on the right playing, I think, Donphan Legends, and we have George came round to my house recently, so we have George on the left playing Magnezone, Yanmega Kingdra. My deck should be doing fairly well against the deck, considering it is meta, and my deck does like playing against metagame decks, so all in all it shouldn't be too bad a matchup for me. So he's going to go straight in with a double dual ball heads, and that allows him to fetch both Horsey and Yanma, and he also managed to get another Yanma on the bench, so he's pretty well set up for the moment. And he's also got the first turn Judging Me, which could be totally crippling if I do not get something like an Oak from that. So he goes ahead and uses Magnetic Switch to just go into Yanma as a bit of a shield. I can't really do much to it. So I'm going to go for the reversal. I wanted to drag up the Horsey because that basically leaves it with a Retreater active, so he has to miss an energy drop for a turn. And I'm going to Oak away my hand anyway, and it's good to get reversal in the discard early game. So I was lucky enough to get that Oak, which brings my hand back up to 6. I'm sitting there with a lone Fanfi, and this time I go for another reversal. I do get another Tails. I think we were playing a couple of matches before this. I think I got 1 heads in like a whole set, and the bad luck is continuing here because I'm just not getting anything. So he gets the turn 2 Magnezone. You can magnetic draw, and I scoop because obviously he's going to be able to knock me out with the Magnezone. And yeah, this is it's going horribly for me. If I'd got any of those reversals, I would have been able to stall out one more turn to get out those Donphans, but just the combination of him going first and not getting any flips going my way at all just means I was dead in the water in that match. So we play another match because that was kind of short. I get pretty good setup this time. I do get 3 Pokemon. I think I have more in my hand as well, but it wasn't beneficial for me to bench them. He goes first again, and he starts with a Magnemite and attaches that Lightning, and I presume he's going to use the same old routine and Magnetic Switch eventually. I think that is a copycat, and I have 4 in hand. I started with a double Fanfi and a Reshiram. Reshiram's nice in this deck, especially against his deck, because it does negate the Kingdra threat to some degree. And yeah, as I said, he does Magnetic Switch into his Yanma. I get a Collector, which is nice. It allows me to get a Zekrom, a Yanma, and a Smeargle. Smeargle's just there in case he does judge me at one point, and I have no other out because it can be annoying, and all I can do is pass. So he goes in reversals and brings up that Reshiram because it is a bit of a heavy retreater, but I do play a lot of ways to get out of that. I do play 4 DCs and 3 Switch, so it's not too much of an issue for me, and he has his own Collector at this point. So he's going to go ahead and get a Cleffa, a Yanma, and a Horsey. He flips heads on the sleep, which is unfortunate for him, and I have the Juniper, which is amazing. I like to run 1 Juniper in every deck. There's 1 Juniper in this deck, but I just find it can be such a clutch card at times, and I'm a huge advocate of just running 1. So yeah, hopefully, I was hoping to get a Switch and a Donphan from that, or means to get a Donphan, i.e. a communication. That would have been nice, but I think I got the Switch but not the Donphan. So his turn, he draws 7 because he forgot to draw the 6 from the Eek, and he goes ahead and gets a Pokemon communication, gets that Magnezone. So he's now got the draw engine up and running, which is good because he should be able to sustain the rest of his field for a while at least. That's obviously my key reversal plus power target with Donphan. And I think his hand wasn't that good, so he might have to. He does go for a Collector first. Gets a couple of basics. Just I think that's a Magnemite, and that could either be a Horsey or a Manaphy. I don't think he plays Manaphy, so it's probably a Horsey. I wasn't aware he played that thick of a Kingdra line, to be honest, so it looks like he's junk harming, and he's going to go ahead and reversal. I think he knows I only play a 1-1 Yanmega line, not because that's what I want to run, but because that's all I can run at this moment in time, due to not really having funds to run anything better. So he's going to make a slightly dubious move and knock it out of a Magnezone. I'm not sure how good a move that is, because I would rather keep that Magnezone out for further use. Maybe he has means to get another Magnezone on the bench, in which case it's a bit more understandable, but maybe he saw the fact that I couldn't get a Donphan last turn, so he thought he'd take the risk and promote his Magnezone early on in the game. So my turn now, and I get a Collector, which allows me to get Fanfi and Zora. My hand's quite big, and I do not seem to be able to be getting a Donphan. I do have the energy, I bench the Zora, and I have the communication, which I think I must have top decked, otherwise I would have used it last turn, so I know I had the switch in hand. So I do evolve the Donphan. All I'm missing now is the plus power. Even if I don't have the plus power, hitting the Magnezone for 120 is not that bad at all. Because it's basically dead now, unless he can switch it out. He uses Magnetic Draw. He might as well make the most of it whilst he has it. He spends some time thinking. I thought I might as well add during this downtime of thinking that I have had a couple of people ask me for a deck list for my deck. Usually I don't mind giving out deck lists, but this literally is just a deck made from what I have. It's not really a solid deck. I wouldn't ever bring it to a tournament. I'd get the cards I wanted. I mean, it's basically got like 4 Donphan with some Zoraks, some Zekrom, some one Yanmega, some a Reshiram. It's just anything I could find chucked into a deck, and it seems to work alright, but I wouldn't ever recommend using my list anyway. So he's been faffing around for a turn, and he does get the rare candy. He plays a rare candy and puts down a Kingdra. So he does have that extra plus power turn now. And I think he's debating whether to just attack me for however much that would, probably about 60, wouldn't it? Yes, 60. He spray splashes and attacks me. He is just 1 damage counter away from knocking him out. I really wanted to switch into something like Fanfi and take that prize with Flail, but in the end I just play safe. I know there's nothing, he can't really knock me out this turn, I don't think, unless I've done my calcs wrong. Oh, he most certainly could knock me out this turn. I have done my calcs wrong. But he goes ahead and copycats. He should be able to just spray splash and knock me out from there. Or even not even spray splash, you could just linear attack and spray splash something on the bench. So my turn, I think about sending up Zekrom, but I instead send out Fanfi, because Zekrom would have been nicer had it been on higher damage, but I didn't really want to leave his Yanmegas in a good situation. And I do have I have a reversal and a plus power in my hand, so I do go and reversal up the Magnemite and play the plus power. So I am one hit KOing it with Flail due to having 20 on me, but I do actually top deck the Donphan, so I'm not going to play games here. It was tempting, but it's nice to get the damage counters on my Zekrom, so I go ahead and Earthquake instead of Flail. Because otherwise he could have just... I don't know what he could have done, but it's nice to get the damage on the Zekrom, as I said. After my judge, I thought a judge would have crippled him. He actually has his own judge, so he kind of negates that to some extent, and gets rid of my prize, whatever I drew. I think the prize count now is 4 all. And having the same hand size as me, he can just linear attack my bench Zora, which is quite annoying. I did want the Zora later on in the game because it is nice against things like Yanmega and Kingdra, but it's not too bad letting it go either. So I get the Donphan from the communication. I think my Zekrom's on 30 damage. It's either on 30 or 20. Probably 30. So it needs one more to even start thinking about one-hit KO and stuff. I attach another energy onto my Donphan. This is purely to just get ready for using heavy impact. And I Earthquake, and I make the huge misplay of putting a damage counter on my Donphan, which I have no idea why I did that. But anyway, he's going to Spray Splash it. So it's now on 20. I can't believe I did that. I almost never do make the mistake of doing that. And he goes ahead and Sonic Booms me for 50. So my turn now, and I'm going to get the Junk Arm, which will allow me probably to get a switch, I'm guessing. I don't know what kind of situation I'm in now, but I do have the third energy attachment, and I just decide to Earthquake again, which is a bit dubious, but it does put my Zekrom at a great damage output now with Outrage. It is one hit KOing anything he can send up, except for Magnezone. So yeah, that's my turn done. He's got the choice of whether to leave this Yanmega out or not. I think he just Spray Slashes my Zekrom because he knows that at this point it's not actually any more damage on it isn't really a bad thing for him, because it's not going to do anything else apart from one hit KO stuff. So I missed the reversal, which is kind of annoying. I did want to get that Magnemite because there's a bit more of a threat for now, but I instead just heavy impact the active Yanmega to bring me down to 3 prizes. So this is a really tight match actually, and he goes ahead and Spray Splashes my Reshiram whilst Sonic Booming my Donphan. I go for reversal, I get another Tails. I really do not get the flips at all when I'm playing against George, so I'm probably gonna be rolling dice from now on. I do get a switch, which allows me to go straight into my Zekrom, which will one-hit KO that Yanmega with absolute ease. I think it's in range for a one-hit KO, revenge KO from Kingdra, so that's a bit worrying. But I know Kingdra has a damage output of 20 against me. So against my Donphan, I mean, and against anything else really, because of the Reshiram. So he's gonna go and judge. It didn't really cripple me in a sense because I'm pretty much set up at this point. There's nothing much I do want to. If I could set something up, it would be great. But we're getting to the last couple of prizes, so I'm kind of just being wary of benching anything that's unnecessary at this point, because he could just Spray Splash KO it. So he goes ahead and eeks. I think he's, or maybe not. I think he goes to reversal and misses it, unfortunately for him. I think he eeks. I'm not too sure at this point. I'm not even sure whose turn it is. No, he's gonna retreat into his Jirachi and take that prize from Donphan. So it's not looking too good for me. I think I'm on the verge of scooping this match because I can take a prize off that Jirachi, but that Magnezone is going to do work on me next turn. There's no way I can just leave the Jirachi in and force the Magnezone to stay on the bench, so I just Outrage, and he's obviously going to just bring in the Magnezone and revenge KO me. So yeah, thanks a lot for watching the video. Make sure to check out PokeRemixStudio.com, and yeah, see you next time.